Glad to see you today. Let's give it up for force and motion. Oh, come on, you can do better than that. Yep, see, I knew you could do it. First, when we talk about motion, we mean something's moving. It's on the move. It's changing its position or its location. An object's motion can speed up, it can slow down, it can even change direction. I'm sure you already know that gravity can affect an object's motion, but that's not all. Motion is not only affected by forces like gravity, but it's also affected by friction and by mass. Let's focus on force first. A force is a push or a pull. When it's applied, it can speed up an object's motion, it can slow it down, or it can change its direction. A force causes a change in motion. Like this door that's standing still will be in motion when it's pushed or pulled. How much motion? Well, that depends on the direction and the amount of the force applied to it. Even this dog knows how force and motion works. In order to get the toy from you, he's gonna have to pull it in his direction. Although, I think he might need a little more force to make that happen. When force is applied in the same direction as the object's motion, the object will speed up. When force is applied in the opposite direction as the object's motion, the object will slow down, or may even stop. What principles of force and motion do you see here? How are they getting the soccer ball to go faster? Or make it stop, or change direction? Yep, forces affect motion all the time. But so does friction. Friction is a force that occurs when objects rub together. The force of this friction can slow objects down and eventually cause them to stop, unless they're acted on by another force to keep them going. That's why we have to keep pedaling. But it's also how we stop. Your brakes use friction. Smooth surfaces have less friction than bumpy ones, like this super smooth racetrack that's not slowing things down much at all. On the other hand, this choppy water has a lot of friction. That's definitely going to have an effect on your speed and motion, and probably your belly too. Another thing that affects motion is mass. The heavier the object, the more force is needed to change that object's motion or to stop it. Heavier objects resist change in motion more than lighter objects. Don't believe me? Okay, we can get a second opinion.
Yep, Mrs. Smith is totally correct. Not sure why she thinks I know anything about heavier objects, but she is completely correct. At all times.
See? I told you so. Now, back to how mass affects motion. See? Now that you believe me, let's close this out by taking one more look at how mass affects motion. This boxer is using a lot of force to try to get that punching bag to move, but it's not moving very much because it's weighted. It takes a lot of force to move something with a lot of mass. But I bet I can do it. I've got a lot of mass. Yeah, I got this. Yes, I am the champ. Okay. You know what? That was a lot of force. So I'm gonna go find an ice pack right now, and I will see you later.